Sananda. The great crescendo. I am Sananda. I come to be with you now. In these crucial times you are approaching, which you are entering now, times that have been heralded for eons, many prophecies are about to come true. You are right in the middle of it. You, the volunteers, you, the pioneers, you are right in the middle of all of this. All of you who have prepared and are in the process of preparing for this great event that is about to happen, in terms of the coming cosmic cycles. You are right there, in the instant before it happens, but know that these energies that have arrived have accumulated, have built up to this great crescendo that lies before you. This is why you came here. All of you came here for this. Everything you have done up to this point in your life, all your past lives, all your moments in this present life, everything has contributed to building toward this great culmination. And when it arrives, you will have been prepared, not because you are special, not because you are chosen, except that you chose yourselves. Each of you chose to be here in these moments to prepare, to acclimate to these energies, and then to be able to share these energies, to share the knowledge you hold within you. This is what it's all about. This is your mission for which you came here, just as I, Yeshua, came with a mission, to spread the word of consciousness, of higher consciousness, to all who are ready to hear it. This is your mission now, to spread that consciousness, that word, to all who are ready to receive it. All of you, each one of you, have prepared, and as I said before, you have prepared for this great change, and it is a great change that you are experiencing. Some call it a transition, and yes, you are undergoing a transition right now, but at some point, the transition will reach its culmination. Not that another transition won't continue beyond it, because it never ends, but this part of the transition will come to a close, and a new beginning will blossom as the new dawn of humanity shines upon all of you who are ready. So think about this, and know that you chose to be here. You are here now, and you are all ready to move to the next level of your understanding, to the next level of your being. This is your moment, my friends, brothers and sisters, to prepare, to acclimate to the energies, and to be ready when the time comes for each of you to share everything you have brought into the world, and to share everything you have learned. I am Sananda, and I leave you now in peace, love, and unity, so that you may continue to fully understand within yourselves how much power you possess, so that you can truly step out of the matrix when you are ready to do so. Intuitive Astrology, Scorpio Full Moon. May 2026. The Scorpio full moon lights up our evening sky on May 1st and is the first of 2 full moons we will experience this month. The next full moon, a blue moon in Sagittarius, will fall at the end of the month, on the 31st. Having 2 full moons in the same calendar month signals a season of release, letting go, and culmination. We are being called to close out lingering matters and bring projects to completion, especially those we have been working on since the end of last year. If you think back to the period of October, December 2025, what themes were striking you at that time? What was swirling through your mind as the year drew to a close? You may find that themes from this period return to be finished and concluded once and for all. It may also happen that events from this period resurface into your awareness, helping you draw deeper insights and wisdom. The Scorpio full moon is sacred. The Scorpio full moon is traditionally considered sacred, as it is said to thin the veil between worlds and deepen our intuitions. It coincides with the Festival of Wesak, celebrated in many Asian countries to honor the birth, enlightenment, and passing of Buddha. The Scorpio full moon is often associated with cycles of death and rebirth and reminds us that everything that fades, everything that is lost, returns renewed. Mother Nature also reproduces this cycle in the season we are experiencing. Whether we live in the northern or southern hemisphere, we can observe the death and rebirth of nature in action. Everything is in a constant state of regeneration, and perhaps we can find comfort in this, especially if our life circumstances have been difficult or challenging. Perhaps you can use the vibrations of the Scorpio full moon to regenerate a situation in your mind and to look at things from a renewed perspective. Something may need to be eliminated, something may need to be let go of, but eventually, something new will bloom in its place. Scorpio full moon and power dynamics may be at the forefront of our thoughts under the Scorpio full moon of 2026, and these may manifest in our intimate relationships. There is a brewing energy, under this full moon that guides us to find greater harmony between ourselves and others. How can we stay true to ourselves and express our authenticity while still maintaining a connection with others? How can we meet our own needs while being present for others? Sometimes this is a delicate balance to achieve, but it seems the time has come to reclaim our power and re-establish these balances in our lives. This focus on relationships comes from both Venus and the asteroid Juno, both activated under this full moon. Venus activates our heart chakra, guiding us to become aware of its energetic state. Very often, we are called to reflect on how we give and receive energy and whether we are honoring our values. Sometimes in relationships, we can lose ourselves and our perspective in the pursuit of something bigger, but this full moon will help us find balance again and reconsider how we choose to use our heart's energy. Juno's presence touches our deepest chords, especially if we feel we have lost them in our relationships. Juno is the asteroid of marriage, but she also carries the message of not losing ourselves in others. She is a loyal and devoted partner, but she also knows her own worth and remains true to her calling. Under the influence of this full moon, it may be necessary to set boundaries in our relationships, both at home and at work. We may need to assert ourselves and stop giving in to people who take advantage of us or drain our energy. Scorpio full moon and nourishment. Because we are in Taurus season, the Scorpio full moon often reminds us of the importance of nourishing mind, body, and soul. How can we fill our cups? How can we take care of ourselves in the way we wish to be cared for in return? Sometimes we seek this kind of nourishment and support from others, but there is great strength in learning to do it for ourselves as well. Especially if you feel you have no one else to turn to, make a point of nourishing your body and soothing your soul under this May full moon. Ceres, the asteroid of the goddess of grain and harvest, is on our side under this full moon and sends us waves of nourishment to help us make good choices in food, thoughts, and actions. How can we be intentional and mindful about what we take into our bodies and what we put out, especially in terms of thoughts, words, and actions? Ceres will also help us make healthier lifestyle choices. So seize this opportunity to create a positive routine that supports your overall well-being. The cosmos is on our side and wants us to do something for ourselves. So give yourself permission to indulge, to slow down, and to nourish and care for every cell. You deserve it. Archangel Michael, the false matrix no longer exists, beloved ones. What excites you these days? Where do you look, and what do you focus your attention on? On the timeline, you have reached the point where your ideas, desires, visions, and impulses for manifestation are realized directly. The concept of creation takes on a new dimension, because now what you want to make visible becomes visible. Therefore, a clear and truthful alignment is now of fundamental importance so that you can create what is predetermined in the signature of your mission. To live according to your soul's plan, your desires and intentions must be in line with it. This means, as long as you are engaged in freeing yourself from your remaining patterns, opinions, and beliefs, everything is in balance. Everything comes to those who keep their inner world open and allow destiny to reveal itself. Every person is born with a specific purpose, and every soul strives to realize it and integrate it into their life. Many people live a different life, losing themselves, searching here and there, choosing one thing over another. Like a weather vane, these people are at the mercy of their surroundings and can barely take the reins of their own existence. What they create does not materialize because their desires are not in tune with their soul's blueprint. In this way, their lives are wasted. Soul plans are realizing the time is over when one could live off the beaten path. Just as truth prevails on all levels, it is now particularly necessary in each individual's conception of life. Lies are no longer true, and so many people's life concepts are collapsing. Humanity is aligning with the light of truth, and this has an impact on all areas of life. Today it is essential that you recognize your soul's desires and align with them. It is no longer possible to sustain a false life, no matter how hard you try. That time is over, and we are entering a completely new phase of manifestation. As soon as a person recognizes their soul's desires and is ready to live them, destiny turns favorably towards them, and the fulfillment of their creative impulses begins without delay. This means that promising projects are now being implemented and are changing current events for the better. Due to the increase in Earth's vibrations, projects that need darkness lose their scope and can no longer be realized at this level. JJK. Asterisk, does this mean that there are also people with negative missions? These people are just as valid and important as those with positive missions, right? Asterisk, dark entities out of service, Archangel Michael. Correct and important. Yes. All the people who have carried out their dark missions on this earth have served humanity by helping it recognize itself as light. Growth through deception, suffering, and pain was a concept of the old matrix. This era has also come to an end, and therefore there is no longer any purpose for those who created darkness, who cast fog on human consciousness, so that abysses would open up before humanity. Therefore, these dark entities are now being removed from this earth, one by one. Afterward, they have the opportunity to participate in a similar game again or to accept the light tasks the Creator has in store for them. This service is complete because humanity is awakening. In light of this, manifestation takes on a new dimension, and the work of transformation becomes even more crucial. To make progress on your project, it is essential to neutralize interfering fields and remove blocks. This means clarifying your relationships, transforming everything false into truth, and letting go of everything that is no longer useful because it has no future for you or for humanity. What does your soul truly desire? How do you transform from a mere administrator into an architect of your destiny? Life will give you the answer to this question once you have cleared your mind and your desires are in tune with your soul's plan. Forget what has been. The false matrix no longer exists, yet your mind is still overflowing with those old programs. Free them from your consciousness, redeem them from your soul, and forget what once was. The new reality means direct immersion into the fullness of your divinity and a constant connection with the knowledge of who you are, where you come from, and where you are going, on earth or beyond this reality. You are one with God, and today you remember this once again. The old world is fading, and a new magic is being born. Your soul has awakened, and your heart beats in search of its true meaning. Your mission is to recognize your missions. Your purpose is to carry out your orders. Your destiny is to enjoy it. With infinite love, Archangel Michael awakening individuals' ascension activations are increasing in awakening individuals, driven by continuous solar flare emissions. By carrying high-frequency light codes, this is impacting Gaia and collective consciousness. These plasma waves trigger DNA light body activations, stimulating and activating Kundalini, awakening higher senses. DNA reacts to all conscious changes by repairing and recalibrating itself to the original template with the emission of higher conscious frequencies. Beneath the ocean lie enormous levels of density that create resistance to Gaia's ascension and collective consciousness. This resistance is being transmuted by continuous solar activations that release fear-based programming from the depths of Earth's memory. This causes ascension symptoms such as Kundalini energy fluctuations, euphoria, peace, feelings of calm or total exhaustion, changes in sleep cycles, changes in behavior, lethargy, sadness. All these signs indicate that an ongoing process of release, transmutation, and transformation is taking place. The presence of extraterrestrial life on Earth is a reality established for millennia, with every corner of our planet teeming with diverse higher life forms, also coming from the depths of the oceans and unexplored, hidden countries of the globe. Many predict their arrival via spaceships and spacecraft. However, their appearance and introduction are likely to originate on Earth itself, where they have resided for much longer than humans. The next ascension activation strengthens the connection with Gaia, the higher self, guides, and light masters, creating self-awareness and self-care amidst persistent symptoms. These ascension activations enhance the acceleration of consciousness. Growth and enlightenment are happening in the most surreal times, with diverging timelines and a shift in inner power. Growing awareness among star seeds highlights the mass manipulation by the ruling powers, paving the way for transformative changes with the arrival of the light forces. Overcoming the challenges of ascension awakening can sometimes seem like an incessant, continuous process, because in the new Earth there is accelerated energy that helps those ascending to navigate collapsing Earth structures, recognizing the profound purpose of planetary service of the star seeds. Ascending individuals are pioneers and are here to awaken the self, to help by their example those who choose their authentic awakening path. The Ascending Collective serves as a powerful transmitter, a channel for activating the evolution of consciousness in humanity, while holding the energetic space. Ascending beings are protected from the burdens of Earth's collapsing old timelines. Focus is shifting toward manifesting a new life of self-love, alignment, balance, and self-respect, while continuing to purge residues of the past self. The Ascending Collective has consciously shifted into New Earth timelines, which has led to a further collapse of 2D and 3D structures. Trusting the messages, signs, and synchronicities received from higher realms, those ascending are divinely guided and supported by a powerful ascension team working on their behalf, behind the scenes, to align the perfect conditions to manifest the reality of the higher self here on planet Earth of Ascension. The Ascending Collective is sharing their light and love on this planet, awakening Gaia's consciousness to ascend and heal, in loving and devoted service to Ascension. Brought to you by the Ascension Lightworker Samuel. The flow of strength, the art of effortless creation. You have been taught to push your way into creation, to measure your worth through effort, believing that time invested shapes the outcome. This is the rhythm of the dense plane, where movement seems to require force, and where success appears as something earned only through perseverance. Yet, what you truly are moves differently. Creation, in its purest form, unfolds like a song already complete. You immerse yourself in it, tune into it, and it begins to resonate through you. In this state, you resemble a flute more than a sculptor. The music does not arise from effort applied to the instrument. It emerges when the instrument is open, aligned, and at ease in the musician's hands. Your body, your energy field, your awareness, these constitute the instrument. When you relax deeply, when you loosen your grip on outcomes, when you abandon the idea that something must be forcibly created, your system opens. In that opening, a higher-order intelligence flows. This intelligence already contains the blueprint of what you call manifestation. It carries it like a seed, already aware of the tree it will become. Effort belongs to the mind when it believes it is alone. Flow belongs to the mind when it recognizes it can shape what already exists in potential. Your mind plays a wonderful role. It refines, focuses, brings clarity to the flow of creation. It resembles a lens that focuses light. The light itself originates from a deeper source, a field of pure creative force. When you relax, this light reaches you fully. When you strain, the lens tightens and the light narrows. As you see, what you call trying hard often compresses the very channel through which creativity manifests. Think of the river. It does not push toward the ocean with tension. It follows the natural incline of its course, and in doing so, it gains unstoppable momentum. The current strengthens by surrendering to its own nature. You function the same way. When you surrender to your being, when you trust the movement that arises within you, actions begin to feel spontaneous. Decisions become clear. Opportunities align without force. From the outside, it may look like achieved success. From within, it feels like participating in a current that carries you. This is what you are rediscovering. From this perspective, achieving a goal becomes a side effect of alignment. It becomes the natural expression of a field flowing through you without resistance. You become simultaneously the space in which creation takes shape and the point through which it manifests into the visible. In this sense, relaxation is synonymous with precision. In this sense, ease is power. Allow yourself to be the open instrument, the clear lens, the steady river. Let creation meet you where you are already whole, already connected, already part of the unfolding. And then watch as life begins to create itself through you, with a grace that appears both gentle and undeniable. The one who serves Shoshanna. Do not lose hope. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om. Om. Greetings to you. I am Shoshanna, and I am here to serve you. We are ready to help you with any questions you have. Are there questions for OWS and Shoshanna? Member, I have a question. It's a two-part question. First, do you know the person who calls himself Sky Prince? OWS, yes. We know him well. Member, he was supposed to be the lead person in charge of medical beds and the related training, But now, because the white hats and others have lied to him for so long, he is starting to plan a grassroots initiative with all the people who listen to him, to make people understand that trusting the plan that everyone has been repeating for so long actually won't work. And what do you think? Is Sky on the right path to making medical beds available sooner rather than having to wait a long time? OWS, we will tell you, dear one, that your idea that the plan won't work is completely wrong. The plan, being developed by the White Hat Alliance, is certainly ongoing, also thanks to the collaboration with your galactic brothers and sisters who are part of it. Everyone is working to achieve the greater mission, to realize not only the medical beds but also many of the advanced technologies that have been hidden for quite some time and will now, finally, be made available. And we say now that they will be released, and we are in the process of doing so right now, as we speak. And what you call medical beds, the precursors of all this, are already arriving and preparing those who are ready for the advent of these new technologies. So do not lose hope regarding this particular person you speak of, who is in a state of denial regarding what he is revealing or not revealing. There is, in fact, a strong connection with the White Hat Alliance to carry all of this forward. It's just a matter of understanding the necessary timing. The timing must be ripe to move forward with this project. Otherwise, it will be stifled by the dark forces that still exercise considerable control over precisely those technologies that are being kept hidden. But things are now changing rapidly, thanks to the one you call Trump, who is bringing to light many of the truths that have been hidden. Shoshanna, do you have anything to add? Shoshanna, there would be much more to add, and we feel that perhaps our perspective would not be useful to this line of thought or inquiry. However, we would be happy to share it if you wish. You know the saying, "Physician, heal thyself." Is it familiar to you? Member, yes, but I'm not a doctor. Shoshanna, there is no need to be a doctor. That is a literal translation. The truth of this saying is that every being has a doctor within themselves, which is their own intuition, which is their own self-healing mechanism capable of healing them. And there are many who have demonstrated this over and over again, you see. So, while waiting for the technology to arrive at your doorstep, we suggest you seek out stories of people who have healed themselves and find out how they did it. We have many examples. A striking example, which many of you probably know, is that of Joe Dispenza. Read his story and find out how he managed to heal. He was condemned to spend the rest of his life in a wheelchair and had what is called a fractured back, but he found a way to heal himself, and now he walks perfectly. This happened many years ago. We tell you this. What you seek you will find if you seek to know people's stories and the mechanisms that led them to healing from within. You will become familiar with this process, and you can try to do it yourself. Those who seek lies find lies. Those who seek the truth will find the truth. This is the way to become sovereign in this matrix reality, to seek out those who have stepped away from the matrix. I think James is one of those who stepped away from matrix reality. This is not the answer you want, and perhaps it is not the answer anyone wants, but there are self-healing mechanisms at work that you can activate yourselves. Find the stories of these people, try to understand them, and begin to apply these techniques yourselves. Namaste. Member, may I respond? Shoshanna, yes. Member, I already knew about Joe Dispenza. I've already read his books. I would love to attend one of his conferences. They are far away and cost a lot of money. And above all, I know time means nothing to you, but time is aging our bodies. In fact, tomorrow I have to go to a doctor to see if he can help me with a high atrial hernia that I never would have expected. And I really think the time has come. People don't want to wait for what can help us heal, and we don't have a step-by-step method on how to heal ourselves. That's all. Namaste, your brother. OWS, very well. Are there any other questions? Member, yes. So, okay, this whole thing with Charlie Kirk and his factions, the conservative factions, have realized the feds are involved. Now we know he wasn't killed, that he was saved. But this whole story seems pretty crazy because they wanted to use the old methods, the deep state methods, to get him out, to bring him out. And then I should say, methods of life and subterfuge to get him out, and people woke up and understood the lies. And isn't that what we've always wanted? So how does it work, since conservatives are split down the middle? And I think it's that way on both sides. So, and this is one of those 3D things that drives me crazy because, you know, a greedy disagreement, and there won't be a solution? Let's be honest. Let's tell the truth, for heaven's sake. So, can you tell us something about this? OWS, we will tell you that truths are emerging from every direction and from multiple sources, and you will become aware of them. The truth will indeed set you free. That was said long ago, and it is true today as it was then. So, you must understand that everything is taking shape, and the idea of trusting the plan is precisely that. So, even if there seems to be subterfuge, and one says one thing and another says something else, and so on, in the end, everything will become clear. And everything will be revealed so you can understand why these things took so long, by your reckoning, to come to pass. But from the perspective of us, those who assist and guide you, it is not a long time at all. Everything is proceeding exactly as it should, in the right timing, bringing together every element as necessary. Shoshanna, is there anything you would like to share? Shoshanna, yes, thank you. In this reality that you call the Matrix, that you call the third dimension, a mechanism is employed called taking sides. Are you familiar with it? Yes. So, the way to dismantle any sense of unity, any sense of humanity as one through a divine source, that we are all one, everything is one, and one is everything, is to dismantle that truth. The third dimension introduced the concept of taking sides, and this, as you see, is rampant. So, when the challenge is not to take sides, and to not align with any faction, it is difficult for most people because it is a very strong program. So, what is important here is to become neutral with respect to all of this. This is also difficult, but one must practice neutrality. So that, as you say, this is driving me crazy. I think you use those terms. That would require you to work on neutrality. That whatever is happening in the background with this or that, or is he dead, or is he alive, or what is his point? What is the truth? I think this is a way of conversing. We assert that, rather than focusing on what the truth is, because the truth is irrelevant in this context, the true spiritual path of a sovereign being is to assume a position of neutrality. And we will tell you that in this 3D matrix, one day it will be like this, the next day it will be like that, then the next day it will be like this, and then the next day it will be like that. It depends on which side they want you to take. Now you must understand that the narratives presented to you are meant to make you choose a side. And when you realize that there is no faction, you will completely bypass the matrix and become sovereign within yourself. Does that make sense, sister? Member, yes, and to go even further, because I'm not the type to take sides. In fact, that's what bothers me a little bit. But I think what I'm saying is that the white hats created this division with the subterfuge we used. And now we've just created the taking of sides, and now no one is taking responsibility for trying to change what we've created, and instead, even Trump attacks Candace Owens and Candace Owens attacks Trump. I mean, when do the good guys take responsibility? Shoshanna, well, dear sister, we ask you this. Is it your intention to stay in the matrix? Member, no. Shoshanna, if you do not intend to stay in the matrix, and this is most likely an answer you do not wish to hear, then do not pay attention. Do not give it anything. Do not give it your power. Do not pay attention to it, and do not even try to engage with it, because it will continue to exist as long as you pay attention to it. It will rob you of your power. So we say that if your intention and desire is to transcend the matrix, do not listen to it. OWS will take another question. If there is one, then we need to release the channel. Remember, I was wondering, I keep hearing that Trump is preparing to unleash 3 days of darkness. And then he would announce like an EBS, emergency broadcast system. Do you have any information about that? OWS, we will tell you the same thing you just heard Shoshanna say. Ignore it. Don't engage with it. Whether it's 3 days of darkness, 10 days of darkness, or 50 days of darkness, it doesn't matter here. It's just that everything is coming to a head, and everything will go exactly as it must. So do not worry. Maintain neutrality, and everything will unfold as it will unfold. And you will find that the more neutral you become in this, the more you will be able to step out of this 3-dimensional matrix, the more your life will be exactly as you desire it. Instead of getting bogged down in all the puzzles and all that comes with them, replace all of that. Let go. Let go. Go with the flow. And you will find that your life here will be much, much smoother. Shoshanna, do you have anything to add? Shoshanna, does the answer OWS gave you settle into your soul as the truth? Member O, I don't know how to answer. Shoshanna, well, either it seems true or it doesn't. Either it doesn't seem true or it doesn't. It's like anything else. It depends on the moment. Well, we will tell you that this conversation, which began talking about the solar flash and reading a channeling, was intended to help everyone understand that the Matrix presents, as one member of your organization called it, an inversion. It is not reality to be seen. You will read about what Trump intends to do. You will read about what another will do. You will read about 3 days of darkness that have been going on for 20 years. When will you understand, and when will you grasp the idea that all these things are part of a movie? They are part of an illusion that you, as a spiritual being, must learn to let go of, to ignore, to transcend, in order to understand who you are, you see, and what your power is. When everyone starts paying attention to the narrative, that it's this, that, and the other, they strengthen the matrix. Do you understand? So, if you wish to strengthen the matrix, keep listening. If you wish to bypass the matrix and embark on your path of spiritual evolution, ignore it. This is what we will tell you today. This is the beginning of a turning point. In all of humanity's evolution and the evolution of those participating in these calls, this is an evolution for all of you and for us as well. To understand that what is offered to you daily through your news media, through your podcasts, when you try to understand what your politicians are doing, when you try to understand the world government, we ask you to go back 200 years, and you will find it was the same thing. It does not heal itself. It does not change because it is the matrix. Do you understand? It possesses a consciousness that propagates forward and continues as a matrix. Your goal, as a sovereign being, is to transcend it, not to get involved in it. Namaste. OWS, very well. And we close with the idea of preparing. Prepare yourselves now for the advent of the end of the matrix. Shanti. Peace be with you. Be the one.